Okay, so listen up, everybody. I just had this download. I want to make sure that I share it with everybody. I'm not going to record my face because I'm just going to hurry up and get to it. But anyway, starting over. When you start over, are you not? Why do we not like to start over? Why do we all? Do you like to start over? Do you? Like, really think about it. Starting over. Right now, I realize that I didn't want to start over a couple different things. And the thought behind starting over, I was dreading. Why was I dreading it? Starting over. Because then you have to, in this case, start from the beginning. And if you remember anything that you ever done, you remember in the beginning time, you hated it. Why did you hate it? Why would you hate something in the beginning so much to where you would dread even wanting to do it? Even wanting to do it. You would dread. Do y'all understand? Here, I don't think y'all understand. So here's my story, right? Just to think about it. So I used to do chemistry, and basically what I would do is that I would have to create this catalyst. And in this, it was basically, if you open it up to air, the shit would explode. All right. So that is what was happening. And because of that, I had to put the chemicals that I was making in the glove box. All right. It's literally called a glove box. So it has gloves on it and it's in a box. And you can put different chemicals in here, basically different substances, to where it's not going to react with the atmosphere. Okay, in this case, where if it reacts with the atmosphere, guess what's going to happen? It might explode. And that's usually what happens. I'm telling you, as soon as you take it out of this container thing that you put the chemicals in, man, it will light on fire. It's crazy. It's very crazy. It's actually fun, but it's actually crazy. And imagine the first time you try to do that, I was nervous as hell about doing that. I was super nervous. Why was I nervous? Because I'm about to, I can die. You know, I can literally die doing this stuff. And I'm like, oh shit. And this is my first time doing this. You know, this is like, whoa, okay, here we go. So as I go and get ready to do this, every single time there's instances to where I'm nervous. Why am I nervous? Why am I nervous in this point? One reason, right, as I mentioned, is that I'm about to die. A second reason, and the reason that was probably giving me the most, is that I had somebody overseeing me during this entire process. This entire process, as I'm learning, of course, because you have to be trained to do it. Why do we not like to start over? Because we might have to be trained to do something. And once you get good at doing something, you don't want to hear somebody else telling you what to do. That is just me in my case. But once again, when it comes to starting over, you have to be retrained, most likely. 3 was an instance of to where, what if, just how do you get competent at doing it? I think that is the things that I think is my reasons why I hate starting over. That is the things. Those are the things. You know, when I talk about competent, right, as something is like anything that we're going to go do, right, we're probably going to want to be really good at doing that. And when it came to this glove box thing, I wanted to be really good at doing it because, man, the very first time I finally got my arms in, like I said, I'm being overseen. I'm sweaty, right? I'm literally sweating right now. I'm literally sweating. Like every single time I put my hand in the glove, I'm sweating. Why am I sweating? Because I'm nervous. I don't want to die and then somebody else is constantly overseeing me. Like I did not like that. And I couldn't do my thing. I couldn't even get a groove because it's like, damn, something on my back. You know what I'm saying? But that is what's happening as I'm trying to learn this skill. So in this glove box, right, the first task I have to do is a very simple task. Pick up a flask. So typically a flask holds some type of liquid in the flask. So, or it could be solids. It doesn't really matter. It could be a state of matter. All right. So it could be anything. But I had to pick up this flask. In this case, there was a liquid in it. Um, and as I picked up this flask, man, first thing is that I'm sweaty. Second thing is that I'm shaking. My hand is shaking. It is crazy. It's actually at the same time, because at the same time I'm learning it with somebody else, and I'm looking over, y'all, this is crazy. This is crazy. I'm looking over. He's in there picking up flask, pouring out chemicals into the next other flask, messing around, swirling around. I'm like, what? What? This is crazy right now. This is crazy. And I'm over here. I can't even hold a flask. I can't even hold a motherfucking flask right now doing this glove box. Man, it was tough because I didn't know I had to start over what I thought I knew. But as I continue to learn the skill, here's the thing. After my first experience doing this, I didn't want to do it again. I was embarrassed. I was ashamed that I was bad at this. And I dreaded doing this. Maybe why, right? Why? I dreaded doing this. After, right, the next day I have to go back. You have to go back. So when you start over or doing something, you just have to realize this is that, yes, those three things are blocking you, but you have to do the action. That's the only way. Because after you start over, and after you won, what I say, a couple different things is going to happen. So let's just go backwards. As I continue to dread this moment of going back and forth to learn this new skill that is a glove box, being monitored, and then also being scared to die, there was a couple different things I said that I had to relieve in myself. One thing is that most likely, if I follow protocol, I will never have an instance of dying. Okay, if I follow my protocol, right, the person that's around me will eventually, they'll monitor you less, right? And if you follow the protocol, then you will become more competent at doing it. So those three different things is happening. So what's the thing that you can do to get over starting over? How can you then start over? Well, you have to realize this. When I was starting over, I had to first become competent at doing whatever I'm starting over at. Knowing the bare basic skills, just understanding the game. And that is the thing as far as why we don't, because we have to learn all these new skills. But once we learn it, we know what happens after we learn the skill, then it's nothing. And that's the thing that we can look forward to, because we have to know, well, why am I starting over? Why am I starting over, right? Which is a whole nother reason. But once you know your why you are starting over, you can then focus on, okay, completing and just starting over. So that's what we're going to have to do. Because even in my story, when it came to overcoming, starting over, I became competent. I went into lab and then I did actions. And then in those actions, I did the skill over and over and over again until eventually I was able to do a lot of different things in the glove box easily. And I didn't sweat anymore. I was not sweaty. I was not nervous. I was able to do it in front of people. I was able to do it listening to music. I was able to be in the glove box and think about, okay, what do I have to do next? And as I would be in the glove box, I was able to do more and multiple different things in the lab. After you learn the skill and you start it over. So, yeah, I probably just say, now that you understand, and now even me, I'm just trying to see like, yo, now that I understand what it means to start over, if I'm okay with starting over, then I have to be okay with just going forward. I really do. I have to be okay with saying, okay, I'm starting over, and then let's just go. Because as I heard, once you make the decision, then it's a decision.